All right, so I'm curious about Aric Almirola this last year. And obviously, we're going to have qualifying back this year. Obviously, we're not running the same types of cars last year, but I do think we are going to run in the same issue of dirty air being in the back of the pack. Really, probably from 13th on back. I know we got the diffuser, but look, man, these cars are wide. We're still going to see dirty air this year. And so I mainly want to take a look at Aric Almirola last year. And I can't remember what race it was. I forgot if it was his post-win at New Hampshire or when he ran well. I think it was Nashville a little bit shortly before he won at New Hampshire. Anyway, Aric Almirola really talked about that, look, finishing poor last year, being forced to start in the back of the field last year, and not really being able to gain positions is really what hindered him from having better finishes last year. And so I really want to take a look at that, and really by looking at the lap-by-lap data for last year, specifically looking at Aric Almirola, we might look at other guys, but I just want to see truly how difficult it was to pass and how hard that wall was between 23rd to 18th. And at what point of the year did we see Aric Almirola really get better? And so let's go ahead and look at his bad finishes here. And so obviously he starts the year off at Daytona, wrecks in that race early in the big one that happens entering turn 3, forced to start in the back. And like I said, we'll look mainly towards this area here. But anyway, Homestead finishes poorly. Las Vegas gets wrecked, and so he's constantly starting at the back. So that run at Phoenix at 11th, we'll probably take a look at and really see where he gained the positions there. Finished 29th at Kansas. I'm pretty sure him starting in the back is what caused him to be involved in that. I think it was Darlington, actually, now that I'm re-looking at his finishing positions. I think he said during his interview at Darlington was that starting in the back of the field just leaves you in situations to where you don't want to be in, which is what cost him that wreck at Darlington. Dover runs into issues as well. Austin, the rain fest, can't really say much there. Charlotte will be interesting to see. He started 31st. I bet you he doesn't make a ton of positions. Maybe I bet you a lot of these positions gained is once the sun goes down into the night race. Sonoma running up front. I know for a fact, I think Aric Almirola was around 8th at Sonoma before he got in that wreck. Finally qualified first, finally able to run well, finishes up there. Obviously translates that to Pocono, Mid-Ohio. Stays out on a long run. Doesn't pit, doesn't take 2 tires, falls to the back of the pack in the race at Mid-Ohio. Obviously wins the race at Loudon. So really up into the 22nd race. So probably looking up till race number 22 of last year. So let's take a look at that. We'll go here. Look at these, which all this stuff is available at the Patreon below if you want to support us, if you want all this data, including our sheets, our my projections, my little PDF that I post before each race. If you want to just support us in general, you can go there. But let's take a look at let's just take a look at Aric Almirola. So we're just going to keep control on F for Aric here. This is the Aric Almirola story for last year. Like I said, I do believe this type. I do believe this type of data will be. I think this is very movable, or not transferable, but you can look at this, see how guys were able to pass deep in the pack, getting caught with dirty air, and I think you can at least get an idea of how difficult I truly believe passing will still be this year in the next gen car. So obviously he gets wrecked early in the race in lap 13, entering turn 3 because he's racing up front. We go to the Daytona road course, and so let's see, able to pass. Obviously, we have some yellows. I want to see where he was running in that last stretch when NASCAR brought out that phantom yellow for the rain. So at this point, he seems like a guy who's actually able to take advantage of that because goes into pit or spins out. Most likely spin out. I don't think anybody was pitting right here. No, he got spun out here. So he gets spun out on lap 44. knocks back to 18th or runs off the track or whatever. We end up having the caution for rain. Here, some guys pit for tires. I'm assuming that this is wherever he crossed the line. He probably had a pit stop in front of the start-finish line, and so that's why we see him have the 16th place run right there. When they cycle back around, doesn't really gain any positions. Is involved in the... Sorry, we got to remove this real quick. So we have another wreck on lap 60. It's looking like Aric Almirola was involved in that. Most likely got spun whenever they wrecked there. They go into a restart again, and he finishes 18th or finishes 17th, not really able to do anything. And so from the fact that when the race was actually green, he was right inside the top 15, despite the fact we had so many issues and so many yellows there. Let's go to... I need to move this over here so I can see what race I'm looking at. We go to Homestead. He finishes 30th. I bet you he gets on the wall somewhere. Let's take a look and see if we can find Aric Almirola running into the wall. Now you can either... I'm going to look at speed, actually. I'm sure we're going to see a big red block by... sure we're going to see a big red block here whenever he runs into issues. Like I said, he probably gets in the wall and gets trapped. Laps down here. This is actually speed, so we're looking for... This is speed. A lot of yellows. Assuming that he most likely had damage. I'm gonna guess 198, and we'll look back at the other stuff too. But he was never back up to speed following that, so I'm assuming he got in the wall, blew a tire, whatever happened. He was never able to really get past 195 across the stripe here. So I'm assuming this is a yellow, which we're gonna assume it happens 195. Let's go ahead and look through. Falls back in the long run. Still falling back. Up to 10th. Running inside the... Running decent lap times, actually. What did I say? 196. Yeah. Gets most likely put in the wall here. Brings out a yellow. We could go look back at the race itself. Or... let's see. We're going to control F. And so I'm kind of showing you... how you can use all this stuff to your advantage. And so let's say if you want to see if I remember where all this stuff is. Let's see. So this was last year. Actually, it might be in Cups. Nope. Notes last year. Okay, pretty sure it's here. Let's find Homestead. Where you at, home? No Homestead notes. Let's see. Okay, I gotta look by. Let's see. Let's find some Homestead notes. I'm pretty sure this is back when Pierce had this stuff free last year. That may have been on the side. So I wanted to control F to see if I could find what happened there. Like I said, I'm assuming he got in the wall here. Just trapped, laps down, not able to get back up to speed. And so that results in Aric Almirola's 30th place finish. So due to that, he starts 28th at home at Las Vegas. Let's see how hard it was for Aric to pass here and get back. So he starts 28th. And we also have fast laps displayed on the bottom here. So you can tell whoever got the fastest lap. For DraftKings anyway, let's see. Drives up through the field. Like I said, he hits that buffer around 20th, 19th. Slowly able to make moves on the long runs. We get out of the stage. And something happens here. Between 93 and 94, I'm assuming he got... I don't know what happened here. Falls back a ton. May have just gotten out of the groove. People go into pits. We go into the pit cycle. He's able to come back On long run, we go in and out of a couple of yellows on the stages, and Aric Almirola is involved in a wreck on lap 178. So to do that, he starts in the back of the field at Phoenix. So let's just take a look at where and how fast he's able to get through this field. At Phoenix, so we go to this. Moves up 12 positions before the competition yellow. Still just cutting through the field. Which maybe this should have been an indication when he got to New Hampshire that he would actually be able to pass people pretty good. Pretty decent speed in the long run. Nothing to shake a stick at. I'm assuming that he was probably in the 8,000s on DraftKings. Because he started 22nd. Going to be obvious place differential points, but probably not enough to warrant really going to. I'm assuming he wasn't optimal here. Let's see. Basically just ran 11th all day. Nothing bad at all. Certainly cutting through the field. How quickly did he get up to, let's say, 15th in this race? Just want to check it out here. Took about 60 laps to drive up. Obviously, we have some restart stuff, but took about 60 laps to get up to the top 15 there. Let's see, so we get that. We go to Atlanta, starts 16th, finishes 20th. Not a big story there. Gets involved in the wreck at Bristol Dirt. Martinsville, probably stuck in the back of the pack. Starts 31st, finishes 20th. Where is that? Kansas. Kansas is that start where he just runs into terrible luck. Let's take a look at Kansas and what caused Aric to finish that poorly at Kansas. He ends up finishing 29th. He starts 18th. Oh, man, right off the bat. Something happens here. I don't remember. Not involved in the wreck, but just absolutely blown by. I'm assuming he probably got tight, washed up the track. Still stuck in the 20s. Can't make any leeway. Something happens here. May have gotten the wall. What should he spend here? Yeah, average running place. 24th. Interesting. Anyway, gets stuck in the back there. Let's go to Darlington. Like I said, he gets caught up in this wreck pretty quick because he's stuck in the back because he's having to start so far. Yeah, man, never even. I think this has got to be Alfredo. Trying to think who. I think Alfredo wrecks him. Let me take a look. All right, well, I brought up, and hats off for Fox yet again, not showing fuck all on these camera angles. He does get he gets spun by somebody. I think that's Priest actually. We'll take a look. So who was he running around? He was in 27. Who's in 26th here? Like I said, I could sort, but I'm just not going to Control F and destroy stuff. Stenhouse. Duh. It was Ricky Stenhouse. Sorry, Alfredo. Thought you wrecked him here. Anyway, so he gets caught up there, caught up early, just race. When you qualify, when you start in the back, you race against people like Stenhouse. Leaving Darlington, he starts in the back of the field at Dover, gets involved in a wreck. I'm assuming midway here, but as I kind of just explained in 2 videos ago when I'm talking about John Nemechek and his run at Dover in the Xfinity Series. It's a really, really tight racetrack. I'm assuming he gets involved here. I'm going to guess out of a restart. Drives it, mate. That's not bad. Not bad. Obviously coming out of a yellow. Gained some positions on pit lane. That's not bad. Up to 20th. Can't just hit that wall. 17th, 20th. Can't do much of anything. We come out of a yellow. I'm assuming... Sure, if I look at pit data, he probably just had a really fast pit stop that got him up to 10th, 13th. It's involved in a wreck right here. Who's in 14th? I'm assuming that was 100 to go, too. Decent run for Aric Almirola. Who's in 14th here? Logano. Should we let's take a look and see if we can find out what happened to Aric Almirola here. All right, yeah, so just to cue the NASCAR 2003 crew chief, you blew a tire. All right, so anyway, Aric Almirola has a pretty decent day ruined with a blown tire. With right around 100 laps to go there. Unfortunate for Aric Almirola. So as we've kind of seen here, a lot of these bad finishes Aric Almirola had were not a lot of his fault. Obviously, we're not going to look at Austin. Let's take a look at Charlotte. I don't remember what happened to Aric Almirola here. Obviously, never really showed up. At least I can't remember. This race where Dirty Air is going to play huge, and if you don't have a good car, you're not going to be able to pass. Pit cycling into stage 1. Drives with 22nd, not long run speed. I'm assuming he probably got lapped at a bad time. Caution came out. But let's see if he's a lap down here. Yeah, he got put down 3 laps. Just never able to move. Let's see where it was on the speed charts. Let's see if he had any fast speeds or not here. Yeah, pretty decent speed. About 4 miles per hour off the fastest cars right here. Sun's probably down. Like I said, my hypothesis earlier is that he had a bad car at night. That's what it's looking like. About 2 miles per hour slower than the faster guys. Yeah. Not sure what that would translate to. Maybe 0.2 off. I'm bad with projecting the like if you're 2 miles per hour slower across the line. I forgot probably what that would be at Charlotte in terms of 10th. It might be even more. It might be around maybe 2.5 tenths, 3 tenths, somewhere around there. Just didn't have the car at night. Still, we're about 1 mile per hour slower than the faster guys right now. At the end, yeah, I'm assuming that's just he didn't have the speed in that race. Sonoma will be an interesting one to look at. As I've just said before, Sonoma and all the road courses were just tainted with ugly data last year. Starts in the back. Let's see here. I just want to see where he was. We had so many goddamn yellows in this race. Certainly at the end of this race. Let's see. No, I think I said he was running 8th. This is what I remember. I'm pretty sure they wreck here. We don't have a yellow. Or did they pit? Let's see. This may have been let's see. 44 to... No, this gotta be people short pitting. Gotta be pit stops. There's no way these aren't pit stops. Where the hell is he running? Does he run into somebody? Is he wrecked? Hold on, let me look. Here, we'll just kind of watch through this together. Because I believe you have you got Harvick running into issues here. And Alfred, I don't know why I remember Almirola being an 8th when it was Alfredo in this race, late in this race. But I want to see, I know he gets caught up in it's got to be entering the carousel off one of these restarts. The field wrecks. Here, we'll find out, man. This is making a very poor video watching. But I mainly just want to see what wreck Almirola gets involved in here late in the race. I'm pretty sure it's the one that takes out Anthony Alfredo as well. I think we get another yellow here. Somebody spins. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot, man. It just dumps Priest and then wrecks. I love Cody Ware. Man, if I could buy a Cody Ware shirt, I would. I'm pretty sure it's this coming out of this restart. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can see where Aric Almirola comes in here. Let's full screen this for us here. What's his name? Anthony Alfredo gives Christopher Bell a shot entering this corner. That wrecks everyone. Let's see. I know Smithfield gets spun out somewhere. Pretty sure he does. Pretty sure he's here. Am I just wasting my time looking for Aric Almirola? Is it this next crash? I don't remember at this point. No, it must have been that crash. I think it's that crash. I think this is Aric. Man, what a video. We've gone downhill so quickly. Let's see. So he's around like 17. Probably got a top 10 right here. Oh yeah, here's Aric. He's in the Shiners hospital. He goes off. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, he goes. Yeah, okay. I think he goes off, loses. I think he gets a shitload of dirt. I think he has to pit on that. But he's one of the guys that flies off the track into the grass. A lot of people pass him on the inside. Anyway, just unfortunate for. Yeah, see, man, he may have torn up that bumper. No, he's just slow. There's Aric. Losing positions, just had nowhere to go. Anyway, let's see. So he comes out of Sonoma, obviously wins at Nashville because when he's able to practice, and they did believe they had good cars, when they're actually able to practice, put down good qualifying times, and we've seen, looking back, and it might prove different here because he did fall back to 7th coming out of this restart, but you're really running where you're starting when you do actually have practice and you're able to qualify. This is the first time we've seen him outside the top 10 all day coming out of that restart. That top 5 car. Started first, finished 5th, had a car there the entire day. And so I really do believe that Aric Almirola's issues last year really came from just constantly starting in the back with no practice. Let's see here. Obviously, 2 16ths back-to-back at Pocono. Basically showed he was the 16th best car at Pocono. Mid-Ohio, that'll be the last one we look at here. Mid-Ohio, I know for a fact he stays out at, let's see. Where are you at, Mid-Ohio? Am I an idiot? I always say Mid-Ohio. It's Road America. Brandon, you don't even know the tracks they're racing at. Anyway, yeah, tons of people stay out here. So we have obviously the end of the stage. Everybody pits here at lap 45. Aric Almirola stays out on old tires, and you can see that he just falls through this field. Starts first, falls the third, just dropping positions left and right here. Able to gain some positions because Larson and Bowman wreck each other. Yeah. So you see, obviously, Larson's running 4th. Him and Bowman. Let's find Bowman real quick. Yeah. Larson and Bowman are running inside the top 5. They hit each other. Both those guys get knocked out. Aric Almirola is able to basically gain those 2 positions. And he still actually ends up losing 1 here to Brad Keselowski on this long run. But he just stayed on old tires. Didn't pit here. Got passed by new tires and just lost time compared to the field. So that's more of the story on Mid-Ohio. Not really sure why I've gone into so much detail on Aric Almirola. It was more so I was curious and wanted to see more of his runs and figured I'd turn it into a video. But that's part of the Aric Almirola 2021 story. And I do believe that probably the most important data point that you can take away from this stuff and move to next year is that I think passing in the field is going to be very difficult, even with practice, even with qualifying. If you're a car that's 17th fastest in practice and you qualify 21st, I don't see you really making a ton of positions gained throughout that race unless you're making wholesale changes to that car. And I mean, passing in this series is difficult. We like to focus on how fast Larson was last year, how fast the Hendrick cars were. I how fast somebody was on a certain race, but really when you're in the pack and you're being stuck there, especially on like places like Dover, Charlotte, despite the fact that Aric Almirola did run well at Dover, if you're running well at those places, you either have a good car and a good setup, or you're just not able to do much of anything. And so hopefully practice will increase the likelihood of guys actually bringing comfortable cars to the tracks next year. Anyway, just like I said, I want to go over Aric Almirola and just really see the runs that he had, and wanted to post this. So thank you for watching this as well. Yeah, thank you.